with Euro USD. All right. The reason I want to start off with this pair, I'm liking how it's looking. I see that overall it's in a downtrend, right? And just looking at this downtrend, we were able to see we did create a double top off this trend line. All right, managed to have strong bearish momentum, managed to break below this 1.10750 psychological zone. All right, our moving average is crossed, and we're on the daily time frame right now. All right, so we can anticipate lower lows being formed if we manage to maintain below this area. All right, just reading price action. Again, we managed to break below this support and now resistance. All right, and we can see reading price action. All right, it's not ready just yet. All right, we did get this daily close. All right, it's still looking bullish. All right, we still need to have that trigger for our entry. All right, whether it may be a pin bar, inside bar, engulfing, evening star formation, whatever it may be, something to entice us to get in. All right, we did see we had bulls push price up to this moving average, and then sellers managed to push price all the way back down and in closing right below that zone. All right, so again, let's go ahead and just scale down to the 4 hour. Again, price came up and then we had a snap right back. So I'd like to see potentially a reversal, a candlestick reversal formation on the higher time frames. The reason I say the higher time frames, again, the higher the time frame, the higher the probability is going to play out in our favor. All right, and then we have our targets marked already. So from here to here, we have that 50% zone, which is our target one, and then our target two if we fully come down to these swing lows. All right, you guys, so this is EU. All right, and let's go ahead and move to pound USD. All right, we saw uh, we we initially sold off this pair. All right, from the break of right from the break of this trend line. All right, we sold from the break of this. We managed to sell down to our first target. All right, and price managed to, I believe, it closed on Friday, opened up the following week, bullish. All right, price managed to come back in this zone. All right, strong impulse, flag formation. All right, we're on the 4 hour time frame. Just reading the price action. All right, we can see we managed to reject off this zone multiple times. You guys see wick rejection, wick rejection, wick rejection, wick rejection. All right, you guys can see we had a morning star formation, came back again with that morning star, and then you guys can see we had these pin bars right at the bottom of this consolidated region. All right, and price did manage to take off about 120 pips. All right, but we'd like to see how it reacts at the top of this zone. All right, same thing, break a bounce. If we manage to break above, we can see further momentum to the upside. Just reading price action on the higher time frame. All right, we can see we managed to break through this downtrend. All right, strong impulse and looks like a flag formation. So let's see if we get some further continuation. All right, again, daily time frame. All right, we're gonna need to see some more candlestick formation. All right, just to see what traders are trying to do with this. All right, you guys. So this is GU. All right, again, we're at the top of this resistance, just a break or bounce situation. All right, if we see some reversal formations, we can look to sell it back down. But if we see some momentum to this upside, let's reevaluate price action, potentially see break retest continuation for GU. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to AJ. Just scaling off on a higher time frame. Monthly, we see we are testing strong areas of monthly resistance. All right, scaling down to the weekly time frame. All right, we can see we ended up closing off a strong pin bar formation. All right, and then we had that evening star. All right, which the third candlestick engulfed. You guys can see almost this previous candlestick right over here. All right, though we are testing our moving averages. All right, if this zone holds, we can see this wick fill with some bearish momentum. All right, you guys, uh, we can see we had one, two, third touch in confluence with that monthly zone. All right, and just scaling down. All right, we can see we had our moving averages cross on the daily. All right, we price came down, we managed to snap right back. All right, we can see we did close off almost a potential pin bar formation. All right, um, if you guys want to wait for some added confluence for the break of this trend line to sled down to target one and target two, all right, that's an option. All right, but just scaling down to the 4 hour, all right, we can see we did manage to break our initial trend line here. right over here. So it looks like a potential break retest. All right, and if we still continue to hold lower highs and lower lows, all right, we can see this break and continue to our targets. All right, so this is AJ, and again, just off that higher time frame, the reason we're looking for sells is just because we're testing a strong monthly zone in confluence with our weekly trend line. All right, you guys, and with that being said, we had a potential evening star formation. All right, so let's see if we can have this wick potentially fill, all right, and even some further continuation. Same thing with AU. Again, just looking out on a higher time frame, we see we had that 1, 2, 3, fourth touch. All right, in confluence with the monthly zone, it was 69250. All right, as soon as we tapped this area, we had a daily engulfing. All right, managed to reject. We broke below 6.8, which is I believe which it was our second target. All right, so we have to see how price reacts in this area. All right, if we maintain below this zone, we can look to sell it back down to this final target down here. All right, with in confluence with the break of this trend line. All right, just some with added confirmation that sellers are in this market and that they're looking to sell. All right, so all we have to do is hold. All right, but before that happens, we have to see if sellers are willing to take this down to 66750 or even further to 64200. All right. And the reason I say that is just because just using our Fibonacci tool. All right. And again, it's we don't always use this tool first. It's just the added confirmation. All right. We can see we tapped that 61 from this swing high to this swing low. We retraced about 61%. All right, which is that golden zone again in confluence with the psychological, the monthly key, supply and demand. All right, and just looking at our extensions, we can see our 27, our 61 target areas, so just projections to see if AU manages to come this far. Um, if it breaks below this area and we can anticipate how it reacts down here, we can look to see. Uh, we can further evaluate price action by then. But again, we'd like to see how price manages to react. All right, again, if we stay below this zone, we can look to sell it back down for a potential about another 120 pips. Keep in mind our initial entry was up here for a total of 250. All right. So AU, one of our favorite pairs here, just like the way it moves. All right. Just got to find the pairs that you guys enjoy, honestly. All right. But Euro JPY, just or looking at a higher time frame, the weekly time frame, we can see, all right, we are in a downtrend. All right, we're creating a series of lower highs and lower lows. All right, but we can see on this weekly time frame, all right, we're also testing monthly resistance. All right, but you guys can see with this momentum, all right, we had bears shoot price up, came back down. Again, we engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. All right, price came up. You guys can see our moving averages crossed, letting us know that buyers are back in this market. And just reading price action, it looks like just a flag correction. All right, we had a pin bar close last week. All right, letting us know that there's some buyers still in this market. All right, we see we're testing previous support and that 119250, I believe, which was our second target. I'm not sure, but other than that, we can see on the daily time frame that price is testing these areas of 11925 and this monthly 121. All right, we can see this daily candlestick did engulf 1, 2, 3, almost 2.5 days of price action. All right, we don't want to get in the middle. All right, so we can see we did close off a strong pin bar. All right, let's see again if we manage to hold below this zone. I can potentially see price come back down to here. All right, if price manages to stay above this zone, this would be a best or an optimal entry. All right, for a long-term buy. But again, we would have to reevaluate how price reacts. Again, just a bounce to break situation. All right, just want to have our options. All right, so we're not a deer in headlights. All right, so again, if price manages to stay below this area, we can look to see potential buys back here. All right, or price can even just break through this zone. All right. And if it breaks through this monthly zone, I can see it come all the way up to 124. All right, we're playing our monthly zones again. These zones are really important, and you want to make sure you get them on right because price magnetizes towards these strong supply and demand zones because they're great opportunities for buyers and sellers. All right. So again, weekly time frame, we can see we did close off a pin bar. Again, we're still testing below this monthly zone, and again under this weekly zone. So we want to see how price reacts. All right. So we have our options drawn out. All right, so you want to just hold on for just added confirmation for this pair. All right, you guys. All right, so um, I believe I talked about EU. Other than that, do you guys have any pairs you guys are looking at, or any questions you have as to why we marked our charts this way? Anything I said, or anything at all, honestly. Um, feel free to unmute yourselves or just put it in the chat. All right. So just again, we were just by reading price action, reading our key levels, reading candlesticks, and just trying to identify what the market is telling us by reading from top down. All right. And just to recap everything, EU just needs to hold off for just one more. I would personally want to hold off for one more daily close just to see how price reacts at this resistance. All right. Again, like I said, I want to see a reversal formation inside bar. Um, Golfing, pinball, evening star, whatever it may be to entice me to get in. All right, everything is lining up. The trend, we're in a nice resistance area. All right, our moving averages crossed. It looks like a nice weekly zone, 1.01750 psychological. If I want to draw my Fibonacci just to see, again, you see it's the last thing I use just for added confirmation. All right, we can see we did manage to tap that 50% fib, and I like how my targets are in line with my fib extensions. All right, so again, we use this Fibonacci tool to look for entries and targets. All right, it's in the bootcamp. Make sure you guys check it out. But again, everything is setting up. Just want to hold off for just one more added confirmation. All right, it can be the juiciest trade of all times, and I still won't take it just to show myself that I have the discipline and the patience, if that makes sense. But with that being said, this is EU, GU, top of this resistance zone, 1.300, 1.3 thousand or 30,000 psychological. All right. And again, if you guys aren't familiar with these psychological zones, I recommend checking out the bootcamp. It's under the technical analysis page. All right, just areas of strong supply and demand. All right, where price tends to reverse, react, reject. All right, but again, GU, let's see how we react. If we get some added confirmation with the break of this trend line, all right, we can look to sell it back down to the bottom of this zone. Again, we're just playing our zones. All right, so we could have a break or bounce situation. All right, you guys, GU, AJ want to see price break and even come down to 7 to 750. All right, same thing with AU. Rating the higher time frames, would like to see it come down. If we scale it up to the monthly, again, we are still in a downtrend. So let's see if the trend continues. And again, all these have been posted, everything except GU on the technical analysis page. So if you guys have any questions or are confused on any of these pairs, make sure to check that out. All right, and you guys are always able to schedule a one-on-one, all right, at your earliest convenience. So with that being said, I don't see that there were any questions. All right, stay tuned hopefully tonight for our 8 p.m. educational call. All right, but if you guys have any questions, again, please don't hesitate to ask or schedule a one-on-one. All right, we are here for you. We want to make sure you guys get as much value and knowledge as you can. All right, but God bless everyone for hopping on. I appreciate everyone for joining, and we'll send the recording as soon as it's finished. All right, much love, peace, and abundance, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.